see if I add some lighting here. Okay, no. Too much lighting there. Okay, I'm just gonna go with this for right now. Hello, starlets. Welcome to my dungeon. Now, actually, this is my basement. It is a semi-finished basement. It's the only space I had to set up like a workout area. I have a stair stepper, a treadmill that doesn't actually work because it was last summer. I know what happened last summer. We actually kind of got hit by lightning. Like, it wasn't like the house, but it hit the electricity. I don't know. Totally fried the treadmill. So the treadmill doesn't actually function right now. The stair stepper works. I try to keep it clean down here, but it doesn't always work. But this is kind of my workout area. It is really gross, and I apologize for that. The lighting is not great. I do really feel like I'm in a dungeon with the lighting and stuff. But I have some shelves here with some of my equipment, workout bench that I purchased, some weights here, and this is my barbell rack right here. I have some weights on it. Bike here that I don't really use that much, so I kind of pushed it out of the way because nobody's really using it. It's so old. We've had this forever, and I'm just kind of using it actually as a band rack right now. These are old rowing machines that are so rusted, but my dad won't get rid of. So this is my workout space right now. I do find it a little depressing down here, but I have too much equipment, like with the barbells and everything. It was just kind of like, I hated having it in the middle of the living room where everybody went. Like, I felt bad that the rest of my family felt like they were living in the middle of a gym. So I moved everything down here, and I'm about to do a leg workout. Yeah, trying to get that booty gains. Actually, when I work out, because I have a TV down here, but I don't have access to Netflix down here just because I didn't set that up or anything like that. I'm old school because I'm old and I watch DVDs. When I work out, I watch Numbers. I don't know if any of you remember that show when it was on TV. I love that show. I could watch it over and over again because it's like the perfect blend of like humor and some drama and everything, and the guys are kind of cute, and I like it because I've actually seen it so many times. The episodes are like usually about 40 minutes or so they work out timing wise usually with my workouts, and it's like I've seen it before. It's like I'm always interested in it, and it's like stimulating to have it on while I'm working out, but yet like I know the story, so I don't have to like concentrate on it, so I can actually concentrate on my workout. So for me, it's a good balance of that, so I'm kind of watching that. That's my recommendation when you're working out. Like, if you're not, like, I'm not really so much a listen to music person. I usually do that more in the car than for working out. But just, you want something that's not going to totally distract you from your workout, but yet is going to be like interesting enough to not distract you at all and have you just sitting there like, oh my god, am I doing this again? You know, that kind of thing. That would be my recommendation. So yeah, there's not much lighting down here, gotta be honest. So here's the thing with leg workouts. I feel like my lower body can handle a lot more weight than my upper body, and I was having some issues with like holding weights with my upper body in order to get enough weight to really feel like I was getting an effective lower body workout. Some of you might have this problem, some of you might not. I did get like wrist straps, which work pretty well. But one thing that I decided to do was, my father he bought like years ago, and I just found them in the basement, these like weighted belts, which I thought were filled with sand. They're not, but that's a whole other story. So I've been putting them on my waist, and then like in addition to the weight from like the barbell or hand weights or something like that, in order to add some weight to my lower body without putting pressure on my upper body. And it was working pretty well until one day. I'll show them to you. They're like these things, like you put them on your, like you can kind of like Velcro them to your waist right here. Well, I put them on the other day, and I had them around my waist, and then I was doing like a goblet squat, so I was holding a weight in front of me, and all of a sudden I felt this like tingling in my hand. Like, it was like, it felt like this like prickly heat thing in my hand, and it freaked me out. Like, the weight I was holding wasn't that heavy, but I was like, I put it down, I'm like, what's going on here? I'm like feeling my hand. So I was like, all right, my hand feels okay now. So I go back, I pick up the weight again, I'm doing it again. All of a sudden I feel that tingling again. I'm like, oh my god, what is going on? So I put it down, I'm trying to figure it out, and I start hearing this like sprinkling noise. I'm like, what is that noise? turns out my weight belt sprung a leak, and it was leaking. Apparently it's not even sand, it's actually like little like lead pellets. Luckily there's no kids in the house or anything, but like it was like sprinkling on my hand. That's why I felt like a tingling, and I literally thought that like I was losing the feeling in my hands or something like that, and it was actually just my weight belt sprung a leak. I tried taping it back together with duct tape, which actually worked for a little while during my next workout, but it's not holding up that well. That's actually why I knew there were actually little like metal pellets in it, because it stuck to the duct tape and stuff. It isn't working that well. I'm gonna try to use it for today's workout, but I really need to buy a new one. And I don't really think that they sell stuff like that anymore, but I'm trying to decide if I want to get like a weighted vest or try to find weighted belts or something. I'm sure they probably improved them so they're ones that don't like leak all over the place, but yeah, that's the story of my life. Just saying.
No, I'm not a writer.
Okay.
Give up on my way home, yeah. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me. Wouldn't it be crazy? But you still amaze me.
So I just completed my leg workout, and this flat towel, that workout does have ab workouts in it, but I always like to add a few extra ab exercises. And I'm trying to work on, in this sort of first phase of my workout, I'm trying to work on really building like my core, like my transverse abdominals. I just completed the 30-day plank challenge. I'll link that below. It's like a Pinterest pin I found. Got up to 5 minutes of planking, which was tough. I did planks as part of the workout today. I didn't film it because I don't look that cute when I plank. But I am gonna do a Pilates workout, but I tend to do that kind of like in my living room just because I don't like lying on this floor for too long. So yeah, I'm gonna go do my Pilates workout and then have my post-workout smoothie.
But you still amaze me. Give up on my way home, yeah.
I am practicing my booty gains pose. I'm not really very good at it yet though. I'm trying to get the butt as big as possible without making anything else look big. It's challenging. These are the Booty Queen leggings. I'm making the most out of what I can do, but it's not easy to make a small butt look big. I'm working on it. And I feel like I'm at a weird height with this camera here. But anyway, move away. That's a little bit better. Okay, there we go. So I want to confess, I get a little bit torn because I like filming vlogs, and I like the kind of casual setting, and I like the getting to share with you guys stuff that's more personal. I just have this conflict because I have this whole like vision of my blog and YouTube channel about like things being glamorous, and you know, I had this whole vision of like my channel, like this rebranding, becoming a fitness channel and stuff, you know, with healthy can be glamorous, and that was my catchphrase. I put it on everything, and now I'm kind of feeling, right now my life isn't feeling very glamorous. So like I hesitate sometimes like showing you guys things that are too real because I feel like it's not really that glamorous. So I have this like inner conflict. I'm like, I want to sit down and talk to you guys, but like every time I had a video planned where I was going to sit down and do a very like formal, like pretty video for you, yeah, every time I tried to do that, I just couldn't bring myself to do it. And I just felt like, I don't know, with what I've been going through and just everything that's been going on, it like right now, at least this week, we'll see what happens. I'm just feeling like I want to be a little bit more real with you and a little bit more down to earth. I don't know. There could be a lot of reasons for that, but I'll kind of get into this. I've been doing watching a lot of other fitness YouTubers, reading a lot of like inspirational books and sort of business ideas and stuff. And I guess a part of me is kind of feeling like, all right, I have this channel, I have this like platform, even though I'm not, see, now I have lighting, go figures. Like I have this space and I don't have a huge number of followers, and it's kind of like, what do I want to do with it? Like, I could just make videos for the sake of making videos, but it's kind of like, I'm trying to envision what my long-term goal is. For those of you that don't know, and haven't seen my previous videos or anything, I'm kind of creating my own, in a way, sort of fitness journey, and which I wanted to share with you guys. And in a way, I'm creating my own because I'm kind of making the phases and doing it my way, but it's based on like a ton of research that I've been doing. And in this first like phase right now I'm in, I'm totally focused on muscle building, bulking, gaining muscle, and I'm actually doing the Jamie Eason's Flat to All That workout, which I've mentioned before. I will link that below. It's a free workout anyone can do. I'm almost halfway through and I'm just starting to see a booty. Just starting to. I didn't have much to begin with, so I'm just starting to, which I'm excited about. I wanted to update you a little bit on that. I'll do, I don't know if I'll do a bikini update, but I'll do like a more official like body update when I actually finish this phase, which will be in a few weeks. I'm thinking early December. But I wanted to give you an update on that. I've been really enjoying it, so I will link that below if you guys want to see, you know, what the workout is, because it's totally free and accessible for anyone. This is really this phase right now where I'm just focused on gaining muscle. I'm eating more food. I did kind of gradually start adding more food into my diet, and I've been eating more carbohydrates. I'm still trying to eat very clean. In fact, I actually have an Instagram post of my pre-workout meal that I've been having every morning, and I will link that Instagram post so you can actually see the recipe for what I've been eating and really enjoying for my pre-workout. I will link that down below, and also my post-workout smoothie. I also put that on Instagram with the recipe, so I will put that a link to that post down below so you guys can actually see what I've been eating. I actually did a lot of research on the balance of carbohydrates and protein that you should be having before and after a workout. I don't know if it's necessarily right or the ideal thing. It's been working really well for me. I actually don't, some people actually commented on it that I should be adding, you know, like flax seeds and different stuff like that. I actually, in the mornings, I tend to not eat as much fat because I'm actually eating a lot more carbohydrates than I really probably even should be, because I like to get as much of my carbohydrates for the day in like before and after my workouts to help restore my muscles. So I try to save my healthy fats for later in the day when I'm probably not going to be eating quite as many carbohydrates, and the healthy fats help keep me fuller and more satiated, I guess is the word. So that's the reason why I do it. But I mean, again, you need to do what works for you, and just because something is working for me doesn't mean it'll work for you. Really enjoying my workouts. I've been motivated. I don't think there's been a single day that I've gotten up and not wanted to work out. Like, I've really fallen in love with it, and it's almost like become like a mental health thing. I don't know, it's just, it really has. It's just been, I'm really enjoying this feeling of getting stronger, and I feel like it's improving my anxiety as well. I feel like the act of getting stronger has been a really positive influence on me, I guess is the word. I guess. All right. I knew that in this first phase, which it was going to be like a 3-month phase, it was going to be a little strange because this is the first time in my life that I'm not thinking about losing weight. Let's be serious, I'm thinking about it. I always think about it, but like, that's not my goal, and that's not my main motivation, and that's not my main purpose. I still have weight to lose. I definitely want to, in the long term, lose some weight and lose some body fat. But right now, my main focus is building muscle, and it's a strange feeling because on the one hand, it's very freeing to not be thinking about it. I mean, I've been thinking about losing weight pretty much constantly and nonstop since I can remember. I mean, since I was a little girl. I have other videos about my lifetime weight struggles, but I've always had a weight problem and always struggled with that. So for me, it's almost freeing to to say, okay, you know what, if I do gain weight, and I have still been careful about my diet, I'm still eating very clean, I'm just eating a little bit more of the foods, the healthy foods that I was eating before, and I have put on a little bit of weight. Some of it could be muscle, some of it's probably body fat, but I anticipated that was going to happen. I don't want it to happen rapidly and happen too much too quickly, but I'm definitely accepting the fact that that's going to happen during this process. So it has been freeing. It's also, you know, a shift. It's emotional. I don't really know if it's a conscious thing, but I do know that there's like that underlying level of like, really, you're fine with gaining weight? Really? Really? And you know, every once in a while you sort of look at well, I look at myself in the mirror and I go, oh, so you're not trying to lose weight right now? Like, you don't think maybe that's what you should be doing? And you know, that's like my inner devil on my shoulder that's just like, oh, who do you think you are, not trying to lose weight? You know what I mean? But I don't know, I think I'm doing better with it than I anticipated. But leading into that, one of the things that I decided that I wanted to do during this phase where I knew I would be bulking, and I knew that it was going to be an emotional thing for me to shift my whole thinking about not trying to lose weight and actually technically trying to gain it. I mean, I'm not trying to gain body fat, but I am accepting the fact that it might happen, and I am trying to bulk. I'm trying to gain muscle. I'm trying to get larger, which is not in my natural thinking. So I knew that was going to be difficult, so I decided that in this time I wanted to do a lot of self-reflection, self-improvement. I just figured that would kind of counteract the negative effects of this sort of radical shift in mentality. So I've been reading a lot of self-help books, and for some of you may or may not know, I think I've mentioned it before on my channel, but some of you might not know, I don't talk about it a lot. For 10 years, including when I first started this channel, I was a stand-up comedian mainly in Boston, pretty much all of New England. I actually was a working comedian. I wasn't making a good living, but I was making money off of it. I was working pretty regularly at times, and you know, when I actually started Everyday Starlet, I started the blog and the YouTube channel, I was still doing comedy, but I was getting really burnt out from it. That's kind of one of the reasons I started my blog and my YouTube channel. And my initial feeling with it was I just did not want comedy to be a part of this channel at all. Like I wasn't going for humor, I wasn't going for laughs, I didn't want to mesh the two worlds, because I just wanted them to be separate, and that's just how I felt at the time. I loved doing comedy, and doing stand-up was my world, it was my passion, it was my everything for so many years. And I'm getting like emotional, this is weird. And I do think there is a sense of like, when you love something that much, it can very easily hurt you, emotionally hurt you. And I was really starting to I was getting really bitter. I've always been kind of bitter, but I was getting bitter and jaded, and I ended up kind of hitting a breaking point, but 1.5 years to 2 years ago, where I just said, I can't do this anymore. So I walked away from it and fully intended to just never go back to it. And I do feel like in that time, there felt like there was something missing. And I didn't really know what it was. It kind of like hit me one day, like, it's comedy. Doing stand-up, performing, doing live comedy is, that was the thing that was missing. Okay, so my battery died, so I replaced it. I'm back. So anyway, I was talking about my comedy career. And yeah, so I realized that comedy was kind of what was missing, and I started doing a few open mics, and I started writing more material, and I was feeling good. But there is also that level of, I mean, if you've ever done something that you really love and you're really passionate about, and it's just, you know that it makes the failures, I suppose, or like the tough times, it makes it that much harder because you care. Like if you didn't care, it wouldn't be difficult. So I do know you know, my sort of like return, I was starting to kind of run into some of the, and not necessarily just even run into, but like be reminded of like kind of like post-traumatic stress disorder. Like you're like, you know, seeing some of the people or doing some of the things that you're like, oh, or hearing about some of the people or some of the things that you're like, oh my God, that's why I got so frustrated and left. So I was actually kind of starting to get kind of depressed about it. And I was just like, well, that's not the reason I'm doing this. I'm rambling about this. But part of, I guess, why I'm talking about this, while I'm sure a lot of you out there are probably not stand-up comedians, and a lot of you watching are probably not in that world, I kind of thought that if I did more vlogging and, you know, included my fitness journey and things like that, that one thing you might find interesting is me going on my comedy journey. Which won't always be funny. I'm gonna warn you that the life of a comedian is not always funny. It's not. But I just thought, you know, so many people seem, when I talk to them, seem so fascinated with the idea of the life of a stand-up comedian and things like that, that I just thought that that might be something that you would find interesting. So I thought maybe I would include that. So if you guys want to see that along with my fitness journey and things like that and sort of my growth in that aspect, I feel like it could be helpful to you. Hopefully you'll find it interesting, but I also think it could be helpful for anybody out there who's you know, trying to achieve a goal, trying to accomplish something, trying to rediscover their dream, things like that. Like, I just feel like it'll help hold me accountable for staying on track, and it will also maybe help motivate you to, you know, follow a dream or, you know, achieve a goal or something like that. So that is what I'm hoping. And I hope you guys are on board with that. If you are, thumbs up and let me know, you know, how you feel about that. Part of what happened and what was kind of a turning point for me was actually this past weekend. I was getting really discouraged and I was getting really caught up in comparing myself to others, which I think is something that can be relatable across the board. I mean, I think it's so easy in any field, any career, doing anything, to compare yourself to other people. And I really personally want to start focusing more on bettering myself and being a better version of myself, which I encourage you to do. And I feel like that's actually been a really big step for me in my fitness journey. Has been, I mean, yeah, I still, you know, follow the fitness Instagrammers with the belfies and the, you know, the butt selfies, and you know, I still get caught up in that. Like, I'm not perfect by any means when it comes to not like comparing yourself to other people. I totally do that. However, I really do find that it's helped me to really focus on, like, as far as fitness goes, you know, I'm gaining strength, I'm gaining muscle, I'm trying to, you know, my goal is not, I mean, yeah, I still check my butt after every workout, I'm not gonna lie. I still check, I'm like, do I have blue booty gains? Do I, like, I do that, totally guilty. But I'm focused more on, like, can I do this exercise with more weight? Can I do this better? Can I get my form better? Can I make myself better? Can I achieve something? I'm trying to, especially in this phase where I'm trying to get out of that shedding fat mentality. I'm getting into the gaining muscle and gaining strength mentality. I'm just trying to better myself. And what I decided to do with my stand-up comedy career, and what I think other people can take from that about just life in general, is I'm trying to just focus on being a better version of myself. So instead of sitting here and saying, like, oh, why am I not getting this opportunity, or why am I not, you know, working here, or why am I not doing this, I've decided that in this phase where I'm focused on building muscle and building strength in my fitness life, in my comedy life, I'm trying to focus on, you know, writing more material, writing as much material as I possibly can. I want to try to get up on stage as much as I possibly can, do some open mics, just, you know, really just, instead of getting like, all right, I'm back. I mean, I know I can do a lot of the things that I used to be able to do, but I feel like other people don't necessarily see me as like somebody who can do what I used to do, because they haven't seen me do it in a long time, and they're like, oh, she's probably rusty, she's probably this. Well, you know what? I'm not gonna worry about those people right now. What I'm gonna worry about right now is just being better for myself. And you know, I'm gonna try to get, you know, on stage as much as possible, get as much work as possible, write as much as possible, edit my work as much as possible, and I want to watch a lot of stand-up. I have some documentaries that I actually ordered because they're not on Netflix, but I got some Amazon stuff, and I actually watched the Netflix, like the stand-ups, like those specials. I've seen a few Netflix specials. If you guys watch any stand-up or anything and have any recommendations of like comedy stand-up specials that you really love, I want to know. I want to hear about it in the comments below. If it's a Jim Gaffigan special, I've seen it, trust me. But yeah, I want to know what you guys have seen. So I'm gonna watch more stand-up specials for inspiration. Yeah, that's like my main focus, is like I'm gaining strength and I'm gaining muscle, and I'm trying to gain and better myself in that area in my fitness journey, and in my comedy journey I'm gonna try to do the same thing. And that's kind of where I am right now with my goals and my focus. And I hope that you enjoy going on this journey with me. I'm hoping that you like these more casual, chatty, vloggy type videos. I don't know if you do. I know that they're not like as like produced and glam and stuff as, you know, other videos I've made or other videos other people are making, but I don't know, right now at this phase in my life, at the point where I am in my life in general, in my journey, I felt like I wanted to talk to you a little bit more real and raw, and that's just how I was feeling, so that's what I wanted to talk to you guys about. I know that was really rambly. I'm still gonna be here, I'm still gonna be making videos. I'm trying to spend more time on Instagram because I kind of let that go for a while. Trying to be really active on Instagram. I know the algorithm can be kind of frustrating, but I'm really trying to post more on there, so be sure you follow me there. Be sure you subscribe if you haven't already to this channel. If you guys, I'm hoping that me sharing this journey with you will help inspire you, and the lessons that I'm learning and the things that I'm picking up from this process will help you and inspire you. I'm hoping that happens. If it does, I want you to let me know, because I've had some amazing comments actually recently from some people that have told me about their anxiety and depression and things like that, and I really love hearing that stuff from you guys. And I mean, I don't love hearing that people have anxiety and depression, but I have it, so I love that reminder that I'm not alone, and I'm hoping that my channel can do that for you, is remind you that you're not alone in your journey and your struggles. I am completely a work in progress, so I hope, I know most people out there are works in progress, so hopefully we can all progress together, I guess. So yeah, that's just my check-in right now. Anything you guys want to see, video recommendations, anything, please leave them in the comment section below. I love to hear from you. I love your suggestions. If you found this video helpful, you enjoyed it, and you're excited to follow along on my journeys with me, then give this video a thumbs up. A while back, I was suffering from anxiety and depression, and I truly believe that taking care of myself saved my life, and I believe it can save yours too. So if you want to join my Starlet Squad, be sure you hit that subscribe button. You can follow me on all my social media channels. The links will all be in the description box below. Thank you guys so much for watching, and I hope you join me next time.